Good evening, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Tuesday Boozeday. I hope you are all doing well, staying safe, staying healthy out there. Um, yeah, new month, new contest coming up, guys. So let's kick it off. Please do share what you're drinking, where you're watching from, what you got going on tonight. It looks like my comments are working. Um, at least I see Natasha's comment there so far. So yeah, welcome everybody. Use the hashtag live, hashtag replay. Let me know how you're watching. Hi Nard. Hi Marilyn. Welcome. I am having a Captain and Coke, one of my celebratory drinks that I like to make, which I will explain why later. I meant to drink this Saturday night, but I didn't. So I figure I'll just save it for Tuesday now, so we can all cheers together here. All right, so lots on the slate today. I'm going to announce our January winners. Again, that's going to be some lucky person in this group is going to be in a future book. And then we will also talk about one-star reviews and just our usual stuff. So let's jump in. Last weekend, what did you guys do? Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you did anything fun, exciting. Hi, Shannon, Pat, Tim, I saw you there. Nard, drinking wine and editing photos. That sounds like my evenings, although it's editing books and drinking this. So cheers to you. Hi, Mother. Always got to say hi to Mom. So for us last weekend, it was pretty low-key in terms of what we actually did. I spent Saturday refreshing my Amazon pages, because for those of you who didn't know, my box set for Wealth of Time books 1 through 3 was on sale for 99 cents. And I didn't just do that for the hell of it. I actually had a BookBub promotion, which those can really change your life sometimes, I guess is the best way to put it. They're the best promotion you can land. They're very hard to get accepted into. They have a very strict acceptance process, and not to mention the thousands of applications they get on a daily basis. But I got accepted for that trilogy, and it was for an international deal. So it was promoted in the UK, Canada, and Australia. So the reason I was refreshing my screens all day was to see how high it would climb on the charts in those countries. And I'm happy to say I hit #1 in all 3 countries in multiple categories. So I can now call the first 3 books of the Wealth of Time series an international bestseller. So yes, that is why I've poured my celebratory Captain and Coke. Thank you for all those hearts there, Jody. I see you. So yeah, cheers to you all. Thank you. I don't know if anyone in here is in any of those countries, but if you are, thank you for your help this weekend in making me a bestseller for the second time. So yes, cheers to that. Thank you, everyone. Very exciting stuff, because now I get to put that label on there, and honestly, it helps with my marketing efforts, being able to call it a bestseller. It increases sales, just that alone. So definitely excited here. Really set the stage for a big year ahead. So yeah, things are looking up here in the Gonzalez household. So yes, thank you, everyone. And yes, Bernadette, you can vouch. BookBub can change your career overnight. It's always fun to get accepted for one. So that was my Saturday. We had a celebratory dinner that night, and then Sunday we kind of just hung around. We did some grocery shopping, took the kids to the park, attempted to play kickball, but that's not really what happened. They just sort of ran around. It was chaos, but they had fun. That's all that matters. And now we've shifted back into a new routine here in our house. My daughter is back to in-person school. She started yesterday. So that's been fun for us, having to wake up extra early to make sure everyone is out the door on time, to be able to still work on time. So forgive me if I look a little tired right now, because I am. But I will power through as always, because that's what I do, and that's what this stuff is for, right? All right, so that was my weekend in a nutshell. I'll transition into the pop culture side of things. Did have some fun things this weekend, actually. We watched, what was it called? I already forgot. I wrote it down. The Little Things. That's the new Denzel movie on HBO. I think it's only on there for limited times. I think it's in some theaters if theaters are open near you. It was a good movie. It was kind of intense. I'm still not quite sure I have understood what the what happened at the end. But it was definitely a movie that makes you think. I don't know if Natasha's laughing at me or not, because she always knows movies and predicts what's going to happen. It's very annoying. But I do recommend it, especially if you're a fan of Denzel. Just another great performance by him in that movie. And then I've also been watching the Tiger Woods documentary on HBO, and that stuff blows my mind. I can't believe he was essentially brainwashed to become a golfing robot, basically since he was 10 months old. Just a really crazy story to learn about. I've always watched Tiger golf. I guess I've never known all the story behind it. So if you like sports at all, I would definitely recommend that. I think it's just called Tiger, also on HBO. Aside from that, we're on our usual watching Parks and Rec, Superstore, making good progress on those shows. And I'm still reading Hunted by Darcy Coates. I'm actually kind of in a groove of reading every night, even if it's just for 10 minutes before I crash. But it's something, it's progress, I'm moving along. And then I did finish Blood and Roses, on audiobook by Mark Dawson, of his Beatrix Rose series. That's for more myself to get ramped up for my next series I'll be writing later this summer. Let's see, it looks like Nard's watching Tiger, that's good to see. Definitely interesting. So yeah, that's what I got going on. You guys keep sharing there in the comments. Natasha's kind of whipped me into shape here on these videos, so she's actually planned out the whole year for what the topics are going to be. And she told me this kind of intro part needs to be 10 minutes or less, so I'm on the clock. She's over there staring at me, making me very uncomfortable. But if the boss says that's how it needs to go, then that's how it needs to go. There we go. She's chuckling now. So, writing-wise, I am on a new project. I started Nightfall. That's going to be book 2 of the Amelia Doss series. As we all met Stephanie, who I work with on that series last week. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I know we definitely had a good time doing it. And Natasha's wanting to line up some more interviews down the road. So yeah, just stay tuned for those announcements when the time comes. So that's what I've started writing. I'm only about 2,000 words in. My half is going to be 30,000 total. I'm hoping to, I doubt I'll get it completely done this month, but be very close, probably first week of April, to wrap up my portion of the book, and then wait for Stephanie to finish hers. So yeah, that's what I'm working on there. I am editing Time of Fate. Hoping to get that out probably April is what it's looking like, but I really need to get on it editing-wise, and hoping to do so with our new daily schedule here. And yeah, aside from that, I didn't get to mention it last week, but I did finish Followed Away, that final book of the Exiles Attack series. So yeah, that is finished. It's in the editing queue, which will be probably this summer to try to get that book out. So yeah, lots of things going on, good stuff to build off of. So yeah, on that note, guys, let's announce our January winners. So if you recall, the grand prize is to be named, or have a character named after you in a future book. But first, I will say congratulations to our second and third place winners, Pat Murphy and Marilyn Rivera. I believe you're both in here tonight. So congratulations to you two. You've won either a free ebook or audiobook of your choice of mine. So just shoot me a private message and let me know what you'd like, and I'm happy to get that over for you. And then our grand prize winner is Miss Shannon Casey, who is also in here tonight. So very excited you're here for that announcement, Shannon. You will be in a future book. So congratulations. I haven't decided yet, but I will let you know when I slip you into that manuscript. So congratulations to our January winners. I hope you all enjoyed that grand prize. I know it's exciting for me to kind of loop in the readers that way. So congrats to everyone. For February, we are going back to our $5 Amazon gift card. But like I said, Natasha's got things lined up, so we have a good rotation of prizes, of grand prizes rather, throughout the year. So yeah, so that's what is up for grabs this month. So on that note, I will remind you, use those hashtags live replay. Let me know if you've slipped in here since we started, and start racking up those points for February. Shannon wants to be killed off violently. Won't be mad. Says I can kill her off violently. Okay, okay. I'll see what I can do. I always have fun with those scenes. So I'll let you know. Unless I want to make you a superhero or something, so we'll see. Yes, Marilyn, that is Martin's mom's name. Good catch. So you're kind of named, right? But yeah, maybe later this year it will happen again. We have this prize. I don't know. Wink, wink. Natasha keeps the spreadsheet. She just tells me. I hope she tells me what next week's topic is by the end of this show, so I can let you know, because I don't know. She's laughing. Maybe she'll drop it in the comments. I don't know. Anywho, let's get into our topic for the night. So our topic this week is about the lovely badge of honor that any author can get, a 1-star review. Now, I am curious, for all you out there, has anyone ever given or left a 1-star review on a book, or, I mean, really on anything? I couldn't really think of much I've left 1-star reviews on. I have left some on Goodreads for some children's books I've read to my kids, where it's just like, what is happening? There's no point to the story. It doesn't rhyme, and you're trying to rhyme, and this is just pure rubbish, as they say in England. So I have given some. I mean, I don't feel good about doing it, but sometimes you just have to. So I'm curious if you guys have ever given 1-star reviews, and if you have, I hope it's not to me, or else you probably wouldn't be here right now. I don't know. But as Bernadette says, 1-stars are the best. I don't know if I'd call them the best, but they are definitely necessary, which I think is something people don't understand. So, yes, reviews have, they have meaning, obviously. Authors like to look at them. Personally, I like to check my reviews just to make sure I'm doing things right. I'm not, completely off the walls with what I'm writing in my books. So really what I'm looking for in my reviews is anyone complaining about, typos, grammar issues, plot holes, things like that. That's what I look for in reviews. If anyone's complaining about those sort of things, if I see it start coming up consistently, now I know, okay, I might have a problem here. I need to go back and look at things, see if we can fix it. And that's the beauty of being an indie author, having all this digital platform. If you do spot something even after publication, you can always go back and fix it. I know Bernadette just posted this weekend, she caught something listening to her audiobook and was still able to go back and change it. So that's what I'm really looking for when I skim my reviews. Of course, I always read the 5 and 4-star ones just to, boost the ego. It's always good to see people showing you love. But yeah, 1-star reviews, they're funny. They're necessary, and the reason I say that is because, think about it. If you pull up a book on Amazon and you see it has 400 reviews and they have a 4.9 rating, that's just not natural. I don't think even Harry Potter is rated that high. 1-star reviews, they help lower your average, so it's always good to have a couple in there just to make it, appear that your reviews are legit, and it's also a good indicator too that you're reaching readers kind of outside of your comfort zone, I guess. If I send my book to all my friends and family and my diehard fans, no one's ever going to say anything bad, or at least publicly on Amazon with a 1-star review. So when you start seeing them trickle in, 1 stars, 2 stars, that's a good way to look at it and say, okay, I'm reaching people who maybe they took a chance on me, or they took a chance on this genre that they've never read before, and they just didn't like it. One thing I've learned, because, in your early days when you're starting out, you see a 1-star review, it can crush you. I know authors, they get so tied up with these 1-star reviews, they obsess over it, they let it ruin their motivation, their day, and, it doesn't need to be that way. Just take it for what it is. The 5 stars and 4 stars will trickle in, and just trust that. So, I mean, really, the way I see it, reviews are really going to be a reflection of the reader most of the time, and not so much a reflection of your actual writing. Because I know for me, I've definitely read some books that I just don't enjoy, and it could be just the mindset I'm in. Maybe this isn't the right story at the right time. Maybe it's just the writing style will never really clash with my reading style. That is a thing. So it's just sort of those little things. 100 people can say this book is fantastic, and then one person could be like, what are you people talking about? And you see that all the time in review sections. There's always that one person saying, well, I don't know why everyone loves this book because it sucks. So it's just one of those things. It's really your own mindset with how you are while you're reading that book. I've tried reading books with 3 kids running around screaming in the living room. I'm not having a good experience at that time. So for things like that, I would never punish an author with a 1-star review. That's just on me. So yeah, take it how it is. And yes, like Bernadette says, a 1-star means you hit a nerve, and I will definitely share a couple of mine that I think have hit some nerves with people. So yeah, never had a problem with my books. It really irks me with typo errors or sentence structure. Yeah, and see, that's the sort of thing I do leave, I guess, vocal reviews on, if I do. Normally, I just leave a star rating. I don't really say much. But if I give less than 3 stars, I'll typically explain why. And it's always good to share with other readers who, are browsing and want to have a good idea, what people are thinking of this book. So it's always good. I always encourage reviews. Leave them. It always helps readers, writers, everyone know exactly what's going on, what they're getting into. So on that note, I am going to read a couple of mine. I thought I'd have a lot more. I was actually surprised when I went up to Amazon to see I only had like 3, I think it was 3 or 4 1-star reviews, at least ones that had text with them. Because now they're allowing people to just leave a star rating and not say anything, whereas they used to require you to say something. So I will read one. I did pull 2 to read. So one was from Insanity. And let's see here. So the review says, not sure it's worth even 1 star. I don't usually give negative... Sorry, something's covering on my screen. I don't know why. I don't usually give negative reviews, but honestly, I wish I could get back the time I spent reading this. The main character was particularly interesting. Wasn't particularly interesting or likable. The plot didn't make sense, particularly his experiment. I finished the book and I still don't get it. The character was relatable in how badly he was treated at work. Haven't we all been? The whole way through the book, I was asking myself why I was reading it, but hoped the ending would justify the time invested. Sadly, for me at least, it didn't. So, right there at the end, she says, for me at least. So it's one of those things, perhaps this reader wasn't in the right frame of mind to be reading this book. Again, this is a story about a mass shooter and kind of diving into his head. And something else I noticed too, this review came from Australia. So maybe this is just the luxury of not having mass shootings being part of your regular life. So maybe they just don't quite get it in Australia, and maybe that's a good thing. So good for you, Mr. or Mrs. 1-star review from Australia. When they say the plot didn't make sense, they didn't get it, I don't know how to help you there. It had a beginning, middle, and end. I thought it was very clear. See, there goes Marilyn. She enjoyed Insanity. Makes you wonder. Yeah, I don't know. See? Maybe she had 3 kids running around her while she was trying to read it. I don't know. Who's to say? And then the last review I wanted to share with you guys tonight is probably one of my favorites. It's from Bad Faith. That's the 3rd book of the Wealth of Time series. So 1-star review. A cover for liberal propaganda. What a waste this book was. It's too bad. The first 2 books were a good read, even if the time travel part was horribly contrived. The story of Martin, who wants to fix his life through time travel, only to learn he cannot. Though he can get answers that shape his current life, were good reads. The 3rd book is a thinly veiled piece of liberal propaganda. Those in control in the future worship the American flag, love guns, and the ruler is a despot time traveler who rules with an iron fist. The American flag is a symbol of this neo-Nazi movement, and only those with wealth and power can have medical treatment. The bad guys built a wall to keep illegal aliens out. I never said anything about aliens. They force black people and other minorities into ghettos, etc., etc. It's the same liberal tropes you see in so much writing today. What a shame. The series had promise, even if the time travel stuff was not well thought out. For example, you have characters who commit murder and treachery, but no one thinks to immediately travel back in time to when the murder happened to catch the killer, or discover immediately who did the crime. Too bad. I bought the whole series before I was done with book 1. I wish I hadn't, because it really is just another piece of liberal trash. Okay, so I think we can summarize exactly who this reader might be, what demographic they might be coming from there. I don't know, this review always makes me laugh. I always go read it. There's a lot in here. So, first off, they bought the whole series, so thank you. I appreciate that. And side note, guys, not only did they buy this whole trilogy, they also kept going. This same reviewer bought book 4, Keeper of Time, and then left a similar 1-star review on that book, complaining about liberal propaganda. So I guess she couldn't get enough of my propaganda in book 3, that she just needed some more in book 4. So yeah, I don't know what to say about all of these heavy accusations here. I like to think, I mean, keep in mind, this book was it traveled to the future, the year 2064, and I wrote this about 2 years ago, and I was just imagining, at the time I was writing, if the world stays how it is today on the track we're on, what will the world look like in 2064? So yes, I'm sorry my reflection of the world, which I feel is pretty accurate, makes you feel so upset. Maybe you should be upset with the way the world is, with literally everything I described that is happening in real life. So I don't know what to tell this reviewer. I'm sorry that you are living under your rock. I mean, as we've all seen over the last year, you know, we've learned people out in our society just, you know, if they've never experienced something for themselves, they just don't think it exists in the world. I don't know. I would figure if you're reading a book, you're reading to learn, you're reading to expand your mind, your perspective of things. Clearly, some people do not. So yeah, those are my comments on that review. Again, thank you, reviewer, for buying book 4. I hope you bought book 5. I look forward to your next 1-star review. Okay, so those were the 2 reviews I wanted to read. They were the more of the fun ones. There's really not too many mean ones, at least in my opinion. There were other like 2-star ones where people were just, I don't know, talking nonsense, saying things weren't real. I mean, it's fiction, people. This is fiction, right? I have a friend who shared a meme. I see a lot of author memes, and someone left a 1-star review because they felt the story wasn't realistic, and the story was about vampires who were living in submarines or something. So that book got a 1-star review for not being realistic because, I don't know, maybe they've had real life experiences with vampires in submarines. So yeah, guys, I mean, the more you look into reviews, the more you realize they're really just silly. People just need something to complain about, I guess. That's the way of the world. We all have our Karens in life, and Karen here has read Bad Faith and Keeper of Time, so thank you, Karen. Well, that's who we'll just call her now. Alright, guys. Well, that is all I had for tonight. Natasha is now coming this way to show me what next week's topic is. Tropes within each genre. Okay, so we'll talk about tropes next week. Not within each genre, but definitely the genres that I write in. So yeah, if you don't know what tropes are, you stay tuned and come back next week and I'll tell you all about them. So on that note, guys, I will start wrapping up here for the night. Final reminder, keep those comments coming. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Let me know how you're watching. Rack up those points here for the new month. February, short month. So you can definitely squeeze out a win if you need. All right, guys. I'm gonna say cheers. Thank you all again. Love having you guys here, chatting with you every week. Happy Tuesday to you all. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys back next week. All right, cheers.